Almal, Gert Louw van Kaapstad en welkom by nog 'n video. Fat loss tricks for us older guys. Damn, that's necessary. Because us older guys, over 40, over 50, over 60, the older we get, with every year that passes, it becomes more and more difficult for us to lose fat, well, and to build muscle. And as we struggle to lose fat, we start eating less and less food. And the problem is, by eating less and less food, you get to the point where your body thinks you're in a famine environment and it literally lowers your metabolic rate. And what happens then is that we're starting to lose muscle, more muscle than we actually lose fat. And that is a point where people usually jump on the bandwagon with keto or intermittent fasting in an effort to try and resolve their problem. But now, before I get stoned by any of you supporters to these diet concepts out there, I'm not saying this is not working, keto and intermittent fasting as an example. What I do say and what I strongly believe in is that there is much better sustainable long-term solutions there which cannot just correct your metabolism but help you to reach an optimal fat loss environment for your body. By doing, for example, intermittent fasting, while your body is in a famine environment, meaning you're eating very little calories, it is not going to resolve your problem. Your base metabolic rate is not going to be corrected through intermittent fasting. It's going to be worsened. Yes, on the scale you're going to lose weight, but it's going to be the wrong weight, guys. It's going to be muscle mass. That's the last thing you want to lose. You want to lose fat, not muscle. When you lose muscle, your base metabolic rate is going to drop even lower because muscle is where the energy burning of the body lies. The more lean muscle you have, the higher your base metabolic rate. And remember, muscle is the only thing that gives your body shape. Nothing else, not the fat. When you lose your muscle, you lose your shape. You want to be in the sweet spot. The sweet spot is where you lose your fat and you're still able to build muscle. Sounds impossible? Well, with things like keto and intermittent fasting, before I get stoned here, it might be very difficult, but it's quite possible with the right approach. So let me give you a quick overview of these 7 tricks you can use to lose fat as an older guy. Point 1, you need to avoid insulin spikes, guy. The more your insulin is spiking, the more you're going to struggle to lose fat and the fatter you're going to become. Now, when is insulin spiking? Insulin is spiking when you eat a lot of calories at one sit, large meals, or you eat very infrequently. The only way you can get around this problem to create the optimal environment for losing body fat is to eat regular small meals. The smaller the meals are, the more regular they are, the more stable your insulin levels is going to be and the more easy it's going to become to lose fat. Plus, it's going to help you a lot with hunger pains. I suggest 6 to 7 small meals. You prepare the food the previous night, you put it in ready-to-use containers in the fridge the next morning, you get it out. There's no problem, you don't struggle to make your food, you don't have to reach for it, it's there, ready to eat. Point number 2, sticking to your exact daily calories. People, this is critically important. You cannot manage your diet and control your diet if you don't count your daily calories and sticking to your exact allowed daily calories. Whatever your allowance is, you need to stick to that. And you need to count everything that goes over your lips. Only then will you be in a position to manage your diet. Now, you can look in the video description section. I'm going to put in there links to some very good sample diet templates, which you are free to use. Point number 3, every 14 days, you need to do body monitoring. You need to use 3 tools. It's a body fat caliper, it is a tape measurement, and it's a weighing scale. You will take very specific measurements of your body with these 3 tools, and you will record the information in a logbook. You will then compare this logbook with the information you got from the previous 14-day measurements that you did. Now that will create a picture for you, whether you've lost or gained muscle and whether you've lost or gained fat. And then based on that result, you will then make your choices what to do with your diet. If you lost muscle, you have to up your daily calories of your diet, never with more than 10%. It can be in smaller increments, but never more than 10%. If you've gained fat, you have to drop your daily calories of your diet. Now, this process will enable you to reach that sweet spot that I was speaking of earlier, that spot where you are able to build muscle, but still able to lose fat. And that is perfect. That is where you want. But the problem is your body is in a flux environment because of all the changes that's happening to it. So it's going to go out of this sweet spot. It's not going to stay in there. So you need to do this body monitoring and adjustment every 14 days. This is the only way you're going to force results with your diet. Point 4, drinking plenty of water and coffee. Now, caffeine, there's a very potent stimulant that you can use to help you with your weight loss. Obviously, don't overdo it, because then you lose all the benefits from, I'd say, about 4 strong cups of coffee a day. But water, guys, if you drink insufficient amounts of water, you're going to struggle to lose fat. Your body will literally metabolize your fat easier in a diet environment when you drink enough water. Drinking too little water is meaning it's going to hold back on your fat loss. Every hour, a glass of filtered water. Point 5, very little cardio. Guys, sure, cardio is very healthy for you, but so is resistance training. The problem with cardio is that it limits muscle growth. Now, the older we get, the more problematic this problem becomes. The more it's going to limit your muscle growth. Cardio is no good news if you want great shape. Have you ever seen a great shaped marathon runner? I haven't. When you do even moderate cardio, it's going to limit the growth of your muscles. And muscles is what give you shape. That's what give you the beautiful body, not your fat. So therefore, for the older guy, I say strictly stick to resistance training. And if you want to, you can do some brisk walking on top of that. Point 6, alcohol. Guys. Now, I'm not standing and looking down on you here because I'm struggling with the same problem. I love my glass of whiskey and I love my glass of red wine. But as we grow older, that becomes hugely problematic. Just about every older guy you see with a protruding tummy, that is a guy that drinks too much alcohol, because that is what alcohol does to us older folks. It makes your tummy look bloated. So alcohol for the older guy is empty calories, number 1, and number 2, it's going to give you a protruding tummy. Drop it. Okay, the last point number 7. Now, this is something new that I haven't actually discussed in any of my videos so far. There's a new weight loss drug out, Ozempic. You can only get it on prescription, so you can't buy it over the counter. You have to visit your doctor, but your doctor won't have a problem prescribing it to you because it's classified to be used for weight loss purposes. It was a drug in the past that the people used that were diabetic, and one of its interesting side effects is that all these people started to lose weight quite drastically. So they obviously did some research on it. Now, you've got to love these side effects. It was last year, 2021, it was cleared for use as a weight loss drug. So that was big news. I've been following this. They also call it Wegovy, but they market it under Ozempic. Now, what does this drug do? This drug, you only use it once a week. You inject it like insulin in the stomach. It has this interesting effect that it takes away your hunger pains completely. In fact, you don't feel hungry at all and you don't want to eat food. Now, that in itself can be a problem because if you eat too little food, you're going to start losing muscle, which is not good, because that's what's giving you shape. But for many people, that's got this big problem that they struggle because they're continuously hungry and they want to eat food. That can be a great help. There's one big drawback though, is that you have to keep your anti-acid tablets ready because it's going to give you some bad reflux. But if you can live with that, it can be a great solution to your problem. I wouldn't suggest other hunger suppressants. Just about all of them. The side effects and the negative effects outweigh the benefits. Ozempic in my book is just about the only one that makes the grade, and it's quite effective. The only other weight loss drug that I can think of that I would recommend is actually caffeine, but it's way down on the scale of effectiveness compared against Ozempic. I even went so far last year when I heard that the drug was approved for weight loss because I've been following it and I know that this is going to change things, and I went and bought just small bucks, $200 of stock in this Norwegian company, and true as Bob, it has grown so far by more than 40%. So that shows you know that it's making waves and it's working. So there you have it, guys. This is the 7 tricks that an older guy can use to control his body fat. Now, of course, all of this is discussed in detail with my coaching system for the older guys, the advanced system too. I'll put the link for you up on the screen. Those who want to find out more, that want to sign up anytime. Now, everybody, let's keep fighting the good fight. The unhealthy might call us vain, they might call us narcissistic, but we know how great it feels to be in good shape and to be healthy. Now, that is a blessed life. Everybody, cheers. Gert Louw from Cape Town, signing off.